Hello and welcome to Movie Phone. Stupid. Hey everybody, it's Josh. Welcome in. This is the Gaming Joy channel, and we are on. What are we on? I don't even remember. We are on Glenleathann today. For now, we are doing our author intended challenge, and as you can see, I've been a little bit busy. We had these fields that we harvested last time, and I have those fields all prepped and ready for seeding. We've got our stone picker sitting here waiting. We've got our plowing tractor sitting here waiting. And we got another tractor up there on the hill sitting here with a new seeder. This is a new purchase for us. We've been wanting to use this one for a while. This is the Borgo. Smaller one, not the big huge air cart Borgo, which would, of course would be fun, but this is just the 8-meter one. But this one's actually pretty fun. It's a good size for this map. I think it folds up nicely for transport, and it can be pulled by our medium-ish tractor. The last thing we have to do, and this is actually all in the same day, the last thing we have to do here is to merge these fields. So if we look at our map, look at our mini map here. We're not completely merged. I started merging up here, but I haven't merged this field right here with the other ones. I actually made the mistake. If you look right here, I started merging it, and then I realized that if I merge it, I can't run courseplay courses on this piece of land. So I had to kind of do it again. So what we're going to do is we're going to merge that right now and get it done. And then while the seeder is getting to work doing all of the seeding that's required, we're going to take our field merging equipment and head over to the other field and start getting that one merged and ready, because that one is also ready, but that one's not getting planted until next year. The only reason I want to plant this one now is because we're going to plant it in. We're going to be planting using grass, and I want to get it have at least one growth stage before winter hits so that it doesn't get fully reset. I don't know if that's actually going to work, but I'm going to hope and pray that it does work because I want it to. And that way we can actually mow the first time this big field in April, maybe May, but I'm hoping April. That's the plan. Welcome in, Bruce. Thanks for being here. Luke, Luke, and Charles and David. Everyone, welcome in. Thanks for being here. So as we get this, you know, it might not seem like it because I'm like planting a new field today, but we're getting pretty close to this challenge being completed. At the tail end of this challenge is going to be a lot of waiting, waiting for production buildings, waiting for animal births, and waiting for production buildings. Literally lots of waiting, because we have a lot of products to produce that just take time and a lot of ingredients. Now we have almost all of those ingredients. We just don't have all of them. And that's why we're planting these last few fields. This field we're going to plant as grass. And the reason we're planting it as grass is because I'm tired of doing every grass contract on the map. That's like so time consuming. Oh my gosh. Every single grass contract on the map. There's I think 27 or 28 grass contracts on this map, maybe more. And to get enough silage and hay, I need to do all the grass contracts and then use the extra from those grass contracts to supplement what we can harvest from our own land. And I'm not even getting that much extra. You know, it's like 2, maybe 3 bales per contract. So it's a ton of work for not much gain. Now, I understand that when you're starting off that you kind of have to do that. I get it, totally. But we're at the end of our challenge. We have the ability to buy land and get more land. And of course, you know, if we look at our money, we have more than enough money. So really all we have to do is get enough land to get through to the end of the challenge. I've really enjoyed this map. but I don't think I'm going to play on this map at all after this challenge. And not because I don't like it, just because, you know, we're almost 200. Is it 200 hours now? Where's the statistics? Yeah, over 200 hours on this map. And I want to play something new. I want to play something different. And I've literally been playing this map 5 to 8 hours a week, every week for almost a year. Or 6-9 months, or whenever the first episode is. Someone can actually look back in the live history and see when the first episode was, but it was a while ago. I want something new. I want something different. So we'll be moving on to something new. And actually, I might have you guys help me decide what's new, what to do new. But I saw a couple of people come in. Hey, Jay Meister, how are you? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Jewel the Jet, welcome in, ma'am. Thank you very much for being here. I hope everyone is having a great day. So here's my thought, and this is where I need everyone's input. So everyone's in chat who can help is going to be able to help me determine what the next thing is. And so it's up to you guys. I'll give you some options and ideas, and you guys can decide what the next thing is to be. So if you guys have been watching my channel for any length of time, you know that I like doing these I like doing challenges a little bit. Doing them on live stream is fun as well, especially when they're my own challenges. And I also did I did the start of my streaming career, and the start of this channel was streaming a Let's Play. This guy, he can go, where's he gonna go? I'm gonna send him somewhere. Where's he gonna get sent? I'm going to send him to field 38. Wait. So go to field 38. Go. Figure it out. Come back to me when you're done. Then we're going to use our robot and stone pick. All right. So the idea here is next. I'm expecting this thing is going to be another month, maybe. If I can hopefully speed it up, not more than another month. So let's say author intended maybe another month worth of streams, and then by then we should be done. We have almost enough sheep, we have almost enough cows, we have almost all of the products created. I literally have to wait for the fields that I'm gonna plant in the spring to get harvested in the fall. That's literally like 1 or 2 more streams of mowing and feeding the animals and dealing with productions, and then maybe 1 stream of harvesting corn, and then a wrap-up stream, right? That's 4 streams, that's a month. If I kind of speed run it, because in some ways I want to speed run it because I want to move on to something else. But what do you guys want to see? What's fun to watch? I know personally, I enjoy watching people do challenges on a live. I love map tours. Like I love watching Bruce's channels, his map tours. I could do map tours if you guys want. I could do training sessions. I could teach people how to use stuff in the game. I could do live modding. I could do another Let's Play. I have a couple really good ideas for Let's Plays. I've got a couple ideas for like super hardcore survival kind of stuff. Farm Sim Snowy said I can use the struggle is real logo, which I like his logo that he made for that series that he's doing on Hinterland. And I've been wanting to do a Hinterland playthrough for a while, and I have some ideas and some setup, and I was thinking of doing a struggle one. I was also thinking of a completely new idea that I've never done before and no one else has ever done before. It's kind of like a challenge, but not really. Most desailed, IC heavy class Lexion 8900. Who did? I didn't. Who did? I wouldn't mind seeing that. As long as I can paint it black, Richard. Otherwise, I don't want to see it. Welcome in, Richard. Thanks for being here. Hey, the other tractor made it to where I told him to go. Oh, that's awesome. You know, that's actually one thing, Richard, that I want to learn how to do that I haven't learned how to do in GE/XML is pulleys and belts. I have a mod that I want to use for another series, which we actually demoed a couple months back for the... I want to do like an 80s survival series, and it's going to be a Ford. And I have an old Ford Harvester that has a bunch of belts that you can see that turn the header teeth, whatever they're called, the thresher, I guess. But the belts don't move. I always wanted to make them move. I think IC is really great for roleplay. My opinion on IC is really great for roleplay. Because it lets you interact with the vehicle like you would in real life. But like for single player play, I'm not really sure I see the value in IC. Like, I'm just playing by myself. I don't care about IC, it just gets in the way. I want to do things and I want to enjoy the vehicles and I want to enjoy my time playing. I don't want to be futzing with opening doors and panels and stuff, right? I mean, it's cool, don't get me wrong. And it's great if you're making a series and role-playing, but why? Right? That's my opinion. And I'm sticking to it. But welcome in, Richard. Everyone's liking the Lexion lately. First it was turned into a Colossus. And I made a black edition, and then it was turned into a cat. There's a cat one out there now. Everyone likes the Lexion. It's fancy. Oh my god, are we going to actually be able to make it without filling this thing up? Wow. 97%. Look at that. Yeah, I do too, Richard. I love seeing it, but like I only really care about seeing it once. I don't need to see it while I'm using it, right? That's just me. I don't know. Maybe I'm jaded or something like that. Selling point, no. Actually, yes. Biomass heating plant. Here, you go to the biomass heating plant because you need to get rid of your stones. Do the survival thing. Back to Middleburg. I could do back to Middleburg. I have to get back to Middleburg for the series. We could finish up the series on the live stream. We could do that. I've never kind of transitioned from a series to a live stream, but I don't see why not. Now let's see Courseplay just completely shit the bed. You guys ready? Let's see if Courseplay can do this. I want to see. I actually just want to see. Okay. Go to CP Fieldwork. It has the boundary. Good. Open Courseplay generator. 3. I don't care, actually. Automatic. What do we want to do? Racetrack? Spiral? Lands? Let's do racetrack. Racetracks is good. I don't know. Try that. I don't know what it's gonna do. I could do Middleburg. Those are two good votes for survival. The question is, Jewel, 80s survival, which is the one that's set in like South America, or doing a like struggle survival on like Hinterland or another map. Wow, that course looks like it's gonna take forever. Who wants to take bets on how long this course is gonna take? Planting grass. I do want to get back to Middle. Actually, Bruce, I'm planning on recording Middleburg this week. Nope, wrong one. Hate when it does that. All right, here it goes. And the time is 2 hours. Just enough. Just enough time to see this whole thing in the stream. It should not finish. Yeah, so that's good. So it was either the 80s survival, which I was envisioning as kind of a series that I could totally be done live. I also have 2 maps that I'd love to do, like a survival, start from scratch, start with almost no money, with like limitation. Like I want to do like the hard part, right? The stuff that I hate doing, which is, you know, like no auto load or like no super strength or no lumberjack. Like I want to like limit myself from using those things. But I had a cool idea, and I've been thinking about this idea in my head for a couple days now, and I want to share it with you guys because I think it's a really great idea. And this is going to take a while. Let's tab over to the other guy, and oh shoot, we got to get that out of there. You. Here. Field 38. You have to go. You forgot to bring the header home, idiot. What's your problem? You go get the header and bring it back to the farm. I told you to go get the header last time. Just went home. Jerk. Go get the header. Sorry, what was I saying? Oh, yes. So I have this idea. Here's my great idea. And I kind of want to build this as a mod, but we can test it on stream for the idea and then have a mod that will actually guide you through it. So I want to do a unlock. I want to do like a skill tree, maybe. I want to do a skill tree kind of thing for Farm Sim. All right, that's my idea. My idea is a skill tree, and do like a skill tree playthrough. Okay, so what I mean by that is, and we're talking about PC. I'm not talking about console right now. I'm talking about PC. So normally when I go into a map, I go into a map with like all kinds of fancy add-ons that make my gameplay easier, right? And I got the idea from like the struggle things that a lot of people are doing right now, and that I've never really done a struggle thing, but I had the idea of, I like the idea of struggling, especially in the beginning, but I don't want to struggle forever. And so to make that concept happen, I want a skill tree. Or I want to unlockable. Like, I want to be able to start off a map without lumberjack, right? Without a chainsaw. I can't use a tree harvester. I can't auto load logs. I can't super strength, right? But I have to cut down, let's say, 50 trees and process and deliver 50 trees before I can buy the lumber mill. I can't even buy the lumber mill until I've sold 50 trees. And then another 50 trees and I can unlock lumberjack. Before that, I can't do anything that would be done with lumberjack. Like I can't use lumberjack at all. I have to do all that stuff manually or do it the quote unquote right way. And you all know that I don't actually believe in the right way, but you know what I mean, right? It's just the idea of it. And then maybe you get another 100 trees. Like you get lumberjack, but all you can use lumberjack for is like you can't use the super strength, or you can't use the speed boost that you get for like for processing, for cutting wood, cutting trees or whatever. You can't use any of the speed boost stuff, so you have to turn all of that off, even though you have Lumberjack on. And then another 100 trees, and you can unlock the super strength aspect of Lumberjack and be able to use super strength, right? And so over time, as you play the game and you do the things that are hard and you struggle, instead of just struggling forever, you are unlocking, quote unquote, the like advanced features. I still don't remember why I brought this tractor out here. Shit. I totally forgot why I brought this tractor here. I think I brought this tractor here to get that same thing, even though I sent this guy over here. See, that's what happens when I'm talking. I forget about what's going on. So that's my idea. And then that same thing would apply to everything else, right? So you... Whoa, earthquake. Whoa, that was cool. We just had an earthquake. It was actually a pretty substantial one. Live on stream, earthquake. Well, that's the thing. I'm not saying 50 trees is a struggle, but to manually cut, process, and load 50 trees by hand, I think is a struggle. But it's only the first part of the struggle. Technically, you wouldn't even get Lumberjack and the super strength aspects of Lumberjack until like 200 trees. Because the first thing you unlock is the lumber mill. And the second thing you unlock is, let's say, just regular Lumberjack. And the third thing you unlock is Lumberjack stump grinding. And the fourth thing you unlock is the full Lumberjack, whatever features you want. And then also you have to do like, in the fifth level you do is you unlock auto-loading logs, right? So technically I'd have to clear 250 trees and do all of the work to process them manually by hand before I'd get to use any kind of auto-load stuff. Yes, for real, Bruce. We just had an earthquake. Hold on. I'm going to switch out the game and look it up real quick. Because the internet knows all. USGS.gov earthquake. Latest earthquake. It's a little bit north of me. Uh, 4:44 on the 28th. Today's the 28th. That can't be right. 4:44? It's 6:24, dude. No, they don't have the new one. Come on, update. There's just an earthquake. Come on, people. Sorry, I'm looking at a website. Philippines. It was totally an earthquake. I can't find it though. Yeah, it was like my whole computer was shaking. Like the screen was shaking and stuff. Totally happened. Hey, Mr. T-Bone. Hey, PA Plowboy. Welcome in. Thanks for being here, everybody. We are finishing off building some fields and... Look at this thing wiggle. It is not meant to go this fast. Look at that. It's like, what do I do with myself? Hey DJ, welcome in. Thanks for being here. So anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the skill tree thing. So then you'd have other skill trees like, and you could add boosts and stuff like that to your gameplay by completing tasks or completing things, right? Like you can't put down a silo until you harvest and sell 10,000 liters of stuff. So you can't use silos or productions until you harvest 10,000 liters. And then you can't use have a production that processes grains or something like that until you harvest 20,000 liters. Which means that like you have to either do really big fields or have multiple things that do it. Contracts don't count, it has to be all on your own land. But eventually you can unlock, you know, production boosts. Like where you can use upgradable factories or my own production boost mod and speed up your productions, like, right? And there's a bunch of other stuff like, you know, pallets, you know, or you could have a thing, one of these things for pallets too, right? You could say that, you know, I have to use pallet forks, and I have to load 100 pallets with pallet forks, right? Regular pallet forks on a front loader. And then once I get that, I can unlock, you know, I can unlock maybe a forklift. And if I do another 100 pallets with the forklift, then I can unlock an auto load or an auto fill pallet thingy, right? Same thing for bales. Like bales, you have to pick them up manually with a forklift. But if you pick up 1,000 bales or 500 bales manually with the forklift, then, only then, you can unlock, you know, a bale loading trailer. And then you can unlock a auto loading trailer. And et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Like the whole, like the idea of just like scaling up your gameplay. And over the course of maybe a year or two in gameplay, by the time you get a year or two in, you'll have unlocked all of the, like, I would have unlocked all of the special stuff that I start with at every single save, which maybe makes it seem like maybe I'm not experiencing the game the way everyone else is experiencing it, or I'm not experiencing it the way console players are experiencing it, or I'm making it easy on myself because I'm using auto drive, or maybe, you know, you have to harvest, you know, you have to do 10 harvests before you can do course play, right? And so there's something to look forward to, something to work towards, and then, but it's something to look forward to that makes your gameplay easier and makes it kind of get better over time. Now, a lot of this could be done with scripting. A lot of it could be done with mods. There's lots of different things that you could do to make that happen. And I'm not saying that necessarily I'm going to be building a mod to do it, but like we could test it out on stream pretty easy just by doing it. And like keeping track of, you know, using the in-game tools to track how many bales I've produced or how many trees I've cut down. And like, you know, looking in the stats panel, like right here, you could use the stats panel for most of this stuff, right? Just think of the stats panel. Like no one uses the stats panel, right? Like I have to produce, you know, 100 bales before I can, you know, use a bale loader, or 250 bales, or whatever the numbers are, doesn't matter. Trees cut down. I have to plant X number of trees before I can, you know, buy the sawmill. I don't know, whatever. Some of the stuff you'd have to figure out yourself, like pallets. Like how do you count how many pallets you've picked up, right? Exactly. Yes, Benji. Exactly, Charles. It's just like an RPG kind of idea. And taking in the RPG kind of like skill tree kind of stuff where, you know, you spend your skill points to do this or blah, 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 blah. Right. And because so that gives you something to look for, but it also means you start out in a struggle. But the part that I don't like about the struggle stuff is the way most people play the struggle is that it's meant to be a struggle forever. And I don't want it to be a struggle forever. I don't mind it being a struggle when I start, but you know, if I have to struggle through not being able to use lumberjack a year in, I'm going to be bored and I'm going to be looking for something else to do. A year into the game, you know, 12 months in, I'm going to be looking for something else to do, or just give up on it altogether, right? Like, I want it to get easier. Maybe I can't use any kind of speed boost, right? I can't use like the Alt 0 thing until it's a year in, or I can't use auto drive until I'm a year in, or something like that, right? And we could make up all the rules. That's the whole idea, is that like if we're testing it live on stream, we get to make up the rules as we go. And then once we have the rules, I'd like to build it as a an achievement system into the game, where I can use game mechanics and scripting to actually calculate all of those things in the game and store it in your save game. So you could have a achievement mode that you play on any game save, you add this mod and it starts tracking stuff, and every once in a while you get a little notification. You've achieved, you know, logging level 2. This unlocks this, you know, the tree processor. Whatever, right? Like, I want to be able to unlock stuff. And with mods and modding and stuff like that, it's so easy to just give yourself everything from day one. So anyways, I was thinking of like, if I'm going to do a live stream struggle, which is kind of what you guys are talking about or suggesting, I want to have, I don't want it to just be the same as everyone else's live stream struggle. I want to have my own take on it. And I always like to do things where you're doing like multiple things at once, right? Where we're not just doing a live stream, we're also completing a thing, but we're also building a challenge, but we're also doing like, you know what I'm saying? Like you're getting more things done, more than just one thing done at a time. That's how I like to think about things. And then the idea here is not to build something for FS22. The idea is to start building it to be released in FS25 or 26 or whatever the next version of the game is. Right? Release it as a mod that you can add on to the game. And hopefully at that time, the game engine will support some of those things that I need it to support that it doesn't support now. That's the general idea. I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, is that dumb? Is it silly? Do you think that'd be fun to watch or participate in? And as my channel members or whatever, I don't actually have membership yet, but as the people who are watching my streams, you could have some say into what those achievements or achievement levels are. What do you get to achieve? You know, maybe at the beginning, you can only plant 2 crops. Like when you start, you're only allowed to plant wheat and grass. That's it. Right? And you have to actually do a full harvest of wheat before you unlock barley. And then to unlock, you know, or you unlock all your cereal crops once you do a full harvest. And then you unlock, you know, your oil crops after you do 5 harvests. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many things you could do with that idea. And that, but it takes a little bit to track, but it's still simple. Thank you for being here, Luke. Thank you for hanging out for the first 30 minutes of stream. It's been really awesome having you here. And thank you for participating in chat. I greatly, greatly appreciate that. I'm going to interject this guy. They always miss the corners, but that drives me nuts when they miss the corners. So I'm going to go get the corners for them. Hey, 5Gen, welcome in. You know, I put it down, but I didn't actually turn it on. That's not very smart. So do you think that would be fun to do on a live stream? Right? I think it'd be super fun. And I'd still be playing that same challenge while we're doing it. So you guys can see me struggle with cutting down trees by hand or using a silage pit, and I have to like unlock the ability to use a fermenter. Like you can't use a silage pit from day one, or you can't use a fermenter from day one, which is what I'm doing on Comlands. You have to actually unlock the ability to use a fermenter, which means you have to use a silage pit and do, you know, 2 full cycles of a silage pit before you unlock a fermenter or whatever. I think it's a good idea. I already have a map picked out and everything, so you guys don't have to worry about that. But it's the idea and the concept. You could do it on any map. You could do it anywhere. And there's already some mechanics that are in the game that help you do this same kind of thing. Like the Better Contracts mod right here, which is right here. It has this higher difficulty, right? And you have to unlock, you have to do X number of contracts for each NPC before you unlock the ability to borrow their equipment, right? And so it's controlled by the mod. It's, you know, it stops you, literally stops you. If we did it before the mod exists, obviously we'd have to just manually, you know, kind of like my little checklist for this thing. We'd have to keep a checklist of the stuff that I've been able to do and what level I am for each thing and blah, blah, blah. We'd have to keep a running tally, but that's not too hard. All right, this guy's doing good, but he's not going to finish before the stream's over. So I'm going to put the boost on and let him go a little bit faster. And I'm going to let him go up to, let's say, where is it? Here? He's going to be able to go 35 if his speed allows it. All right? We're going to let him get it done. He probably doesn't have enough power to go that fast, but whatever. Let's plow. See, I had to do the same thing here where I started plowing and then I had to paint the ground to like undo the plowing that I had done so that I could still run course play on this course, because I had to like cultivate and stuff like that. Okay. We're making really big fields here, in case you guys didn't notice. And we're not going to actually plow the whole thing. We're just going to plow kind of new borders for the fields. Yeah, courseplay doesn't include turnaround time, and especially depending on what method you're using for turning around, and whether or not you have the settings turned on for using auto drive to calculate turnaround paths, it could take way longer. And in reality, I mean, I could obviously do all that myself, or I could have bought a bigger seeder. But you know, I'm at this point in this playthrough where I just want it to be done. In all honesty, I want the challenge to be done. We're proving here on this stream that the challenge is possible, that it is doable within the time frame that the challenge stipulates. So the challenge stipulates 5 years, and we're year 3, I think, and we should be able to finish the challenge by year 4. And so I wasn't even sure when I made up the rules, like, hey, I don't know if it's going to be possible to finish all this stuff in 5 years. And so to prove that it could be done, that's why I did it on my live stream, is because it is my challenge. I'm the one who made it up. So I got to prove that it can be done. That way other people can take it on, knowing that hey, well, I saw Josh do it on his stream, and so it's totally possible. And then the other idea, in case that idea isn't enticing enough for you guys, you want something else. There is one more challenge that I made up that I haven't gotten a chance to do yet, and I could do on a live stream as well. And that one is kind of it was always meant as a support live stream. So I want to support the modders around us, support our friends. And I'm good friends with, you know, online and stuff like that with Poor Boy Modding. And he's been having a little bit of a problem, as are a lot of other modders, with very negative comments and feedback and whatnot, specifically on ModHub. And he's been having a rough go at it. Every map he releases, it starts out good, and then over time people start giving him really negative remarks and negative comments, and you know, it makes him not want to keep doing what he does. And you know, like him and Lancey Boy and countless other map authors who have given up map making because of the negativity that's out there. And so I had made up this little challenge that I posted on Rusky's Discord a little while back, which was called what was it called? The Poor Boy Triple Threat or something like that, or Poor Boy Three-Peat. And it was a $3 million challenge on 3 of Poor Boy's maps, in playing in 3 different ways. So playing one map where you have to use all of the productions at least once, playing on one map doing farming only, no forestry, no other stuff, and another map playing forestry only, no farming. And that was the idea of the challenge, and that was a potential challenge to do. I was planning on doing that after this. And in all honesty, making $3 million on his maps is super easy. So I don't think it would actually take that long. It would probably only take a couple months to do, but it might be fun to do something like that and give back to the modding community and show people how awesome Poor Boy's maps are, even though they're going to bitch and whine and moan about the littlest details. But yes, you're right, Bruce. F the trolls. Those don't line up, do they? They're like 1 pixel off. That's super annoying. Look, they're 1 pixel off. How could they? Hey Rusty, welcome in. Thanks for being here. How's it going, buddy? Hope you had a good day at work. Is it still Customer Appreciation Week at your job? Heard that was going on. I thought no showers. It was this week or last week. How is the Hizzy doing? 98% on fertilizer. I must have the field fully fertilized. 71% on grass seeds. So he's doing okay on grass seeds. That's right, 5Gen. Yeah, I'm super happy for all of the work that so many people put in to make the gameplay better, to make it, you know, to give us all the tractors and productions and all kind of stuff that we want, and give us new maps every week. And you know, not all of them are you know, 5-star maps, but a lot of them are really good. And you know, each one has its own kind of flavor, shall we say, and sometimes that flavor isn't for everybody. I think that's what Poor Boy got a lot of, was that people were bitching that his map didn't work for their exact way of playing games. Oh, the productions put out too many pallets. I'm so sick of this pallet stuff. So don't frickin' play the productions, dude. Or someone was like bitching about, was it his map? Or bitching about the Colossus today in somebody's forum. Some kid was bitching about the Colossus, the new Colossus trailer, because he couldn't figure out how to open the cover. Check your keybind, dude. Like, it's not the Colossus, it's you. Yeah, exactly. That's right, Rusty. The original intention for that like struggle stream and the struggle map, the original intention was to do your square by square, not really a challenge. So I know you didn't really advertise that as a challenge for other people to do. It's just your own thing. But I was originally planning on doing a square by square on Hinterland, highlighting all of the mods that I was using. I still may do that. I was actually thinking of doing that as like a no holds barred challenge. Like the opposite of the struggle, right? And be able to do both of them at the same time. Like on my live stream, I'll do the struggle and I'll do all the things as hard as they go. And then do a recorded series as like my kind of rest from the struggle and just do no holds barred. Try to own the map as fast as possible. Can do any trick that I have in my repertoire of tricks. Do the opposite. Oh, I know, Rusty. I know. But I just had this that I was talking about earlier, right before you came in. We were talking about a new idea that I just been thinking about for the past week or so on how to do a struggle type playthrough, but do it in a very who said it? Who said it? Jewel, did you, or the one who said it? Do it in a very RPG way. It was Jewel or CS Benji maybe. Like do a struggle, like play a struggle, but do it in an RPG way, like where, you know, in the beginning you can only use an X and you have to mine the ore to be able to produce something cooler than an X or whatever, right? Rabid Rob G and Rabid Rob F. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. I saw your G just subscribe. Thank you very much for the subscription, sir. Very, very much appreciated. Charles said it. Thank you. Wasn't sure who it was, but it's exactly that idea. It's the RPG aspect. And I actually have a mod that's in development that's like along those same lines. There it is. Thank you, PCS World. That's like 5 miles from me, 10 miles from me, maybe. Yeah, it was, I mean, it is 3.8, but it's enough to feel it, you know? So the other mod that I had, and I started working on this 2 years ago, and I never finished it just because other stuff came up, but I had the idea of doing the same thing with productions, right? And doing like an RPG style unlock things with productions. So, but in that one, as you use productions more, then, and made more recipes with your productions, then you unlock speed boosts either for the production building that you have or all of your production buildings. So to be able to, the more you use productions, the faster those productions operate, and you can get to like a gold tier or whatever where, you know, you've got 10 active productions. Whoa, that got loud. I hit the in-camera button. Where you can have 10 active productions, and each 10 active productions with 10 active recipes. Whoops. Come on, do what you do. And then if you actually can get to that, as long as those 10 production recipes are active, all of those recipes will get a 50% speed increase or something like that. So you're upping the production speed the more you use productions across productions. So you'd have one production interacting with another, or you get a 5% speed bonus for every additional production building that you have active at any given time, right? Like that was the other idea. And this one kind of comes from that and is part of that, but it is more towards, well, how do I apply that to gameplay and not just productions? Because not everyone uses productions. There's Stream Elements. Welcome in, Stream Elements. It's nice to see you today. How are you? Are you gonna do your job? Yes, incentive based. Exactly, 5gen. Right? It's adding incentive based rewards. There's the nice way of doing it. Adding incentive based rewards to your gameplay. So whether it's to productions, whether it's to logging, whether it's tractors, whether it's whatever. Oh, and the other thing for the struggle series, here's the last piece, and this is like the beginning piece, right? All right, so this is the one that I don't like, but I do like at the same time. It's really weird, right? A lot of times, Calmlands is an example. There's like 24, 23, 5, I don't know, people playing this Calmlands challenge. And some people, like Rusty, are starting off with these low horsepower challenges, sub 100 horsepower tractors, and then they'll work up to higher horsepower tractors. And then I was watching somebody new who just joined the challenge, Kix is his name. And he was mentioning in his first one, he's like, well, I don't want to do that. I want to just buy my forever tractor at the beginning. And then I thought of how that would be cool for the incentive-based, this RPG-based idea, where to start, you can only buy tractors that are under 100 horsepower. And then you can't buy tractors that are over 100 horsepower until the end of your first year. Very much like this challenge, which has the time limit of not being able to buy anything, right? And so 100 horsepower is your limit for the first year, which I can imagine is like, that's epic struggle. And then the second year it's 200. The third year it's, or maybe it's the first 6 months is 100, and then it's 150, and then it's 200, and then 250, and then 300, and eventually you're 5 years into a playthrough and you can have 500 horsepower tractors, and then, you know, the sky's the limit after that. But having the ability to buy those tractors not be based off of money, which is how everyone plays right now, have it be based off of another factor like time. To me, that adds a level of complexity, but also incentive to do it. So you have to really think about, okay, well, if I can only use 100 horsepower, what can I do with that 100 horsepower tractor and or harvester for that matter, right? There are 100 horsepower harvesters out there, especially if you're on PC. But you know, in other words, like I could approach doing a survival challenge, like the square by square survival challenge. The way Rusty envisioned that challenge originally was you start off with a 150 horsepower tractor, one trailer that was less than 20,000 liters, and a chainsaw. And that's it. And one piece of land, right? You already have the piece of land. You can choose any piece of land. And then you go. And for me, when I started like testing that challenge out, I tested it out. I played the first 6 months or something like that. Because there was no other limitations, like I had like 7 or 8 plots of land 9 months in, 6 months in, right? And I already had these like, you know, quad track level sized, like I think I actually had a quad track, not like the big one, but like the, you know, the older Steiger quad track is only like 60K. I had one of those, right? And I'm, you know, seeding with an air cart, like 6 to 9 months in. That's not struggling. That's not really building square by square. That's just playing it. Oh yeah, the far north side of Old Stream Farm. That's the thing, is you could play it on any map. You could do this whole idea anywhere, on any map, in any region of the countries that are all in Farm Sim. You could do it with anything. and again, it's just like this challenge. Like, it's not a specific map for the author intended challenge. It's meant to be played on any map you want, because it's not the map that's the challenge. In some ways it is. It's your choice of map that actually makes it easier or harder. Where am I going? Oh yeah, I'm painting these corners in to make course play work better, because I can. Is this grass? There we go. So yeah, all these great ideas that I've been having lately. The first one, I don't know what we call it, maybe RPG gameplay. And then the other one would be, I almost want to do a series called gaming gaming the system, where I get to use all of my little tricks and secrets to just leverage everything that I can leverage to play through a map fast. It's my gaming the game. This corner sucks. Whoops. I know I'm making this field smaller, but tough cookies. Yep. Doing that on St. Collie or something like that would be awesome. Or the other map that was like a Pennsylvania map that looks just like St. Collie. That'd be a good one too. Or doing it on a wilderness style map would be cool. Like, you could do that same kind of gameplay anywhere. And if you're doing it on a map that has contracts, obviously you could add some contracting type elements to that gameplay. If you're doing it on a wilderness style map, you could have some wilderness style elements to it. And the other idea, and this is just me playing it, is that if other people are going to do it, I have to make sure that the quote unquote rules are kind of hard. Not, I mean, oh no, my chat went away. Not hard as in actually physically hard to do, but hard as in not malleable. Because even with something like, you know, a simple rule like a 200 horsepower, like, you know, there's ways to find, you know, you could potentially mess with that. Like, I could make a 200 horsepower tractor that has the torque of an 800 horsepower tractor by editing the XML really easily. And I'd still have a 200 horsepower tractor, but it would be a beast. You know what I mean? Like, there's ways to game the system with that. So if I'm making these rules or ideas, I want them to be simple enough to follow and easy enough to, like, that anyone could do it and add that kind of idea to their gameplay, which is why it would be ideally be a mod. Garbage man without a truck. Yeah, it's not a very round corner, but whatever, I don't care. One more corner, I think, right here. I wanted to do a garbage man one, Rusty. And I still want to do it, actually, on Frontier. Where I want to play Frontier, where you're not allowed to do farming at all. And you have to keep playing through Frontier to do whatever you want. So you can do mining, you can pick up all the dirt on the roads, you can pick up all the rocks in the quarry, You do all of that stuff, but you're not allowed to do any farming. Not allowed to plant fields, and the closest thing to farming you can do is grass. That was my idea for Frontier. And of course, if I ever have time, I'll do it. But I mean, you know, with everyone and their mother claiming that, you know, Farm Sim 47 is coming out next week, like, I don't know if I'm gonna have time for it. Hey, Cavailier Roy, how are you? I'm sorry. Just ahead of time. I'm sorry. But I've upgraded your map slightly. And I'm making really big fields on your map. And it was only because I was allowed to cut down the hedges because you made that possible. So thank you. I'll show you the crazy fields that I'm making. Right now I'm stone picking with a robot. Here, we'll look quick. I'll show Cavailier what we're doing, just because it's funny. So I cleared out this whole area here, and I'm going to make 2 fields. This one on the left, big giant one on the left, and then a smaller one on the right. So I'm basically leaving the roads, but putting all the sub fields together. And then over here, across the street from the main farm, I'm merging all of those fields that are currently being seeded right now. Those are all getting merged together as one big grass field, because it takes a lot of grass to feed all of those animals. It takes an obscene amount of grass to feed 1,500 cows. Riverview, ooh, nice. That's fun. That sounds exciting, Cavailier. And then, now when you're saying for FS25, and this, I don't know if you have inside information or not. If you can't say anything, that's fine. But, like, if you're planning it for a release in the next game, how do you know what functionality is going to be there in the next game to build your map to that functionality? You know what I mean? Like, or are you just like basically just building the map but not releasing it, and it's building it to FS22 standards, and then you're hoping that when FS20X, 25, 26, whatever gets released, that it won't be too much rework to do it to that game standards? I don't know. I'm just curious how that works. Mainly because I'm thinking of writing a mod or two for the next version of the game and not doing it for this version of the game. But I'm a little bit afraid that, you know, they're going to change from Lua to some other language. You know, which I doubt they do. Okay, cool. So you're just polishing the map, and then you may release it as soon as the new version of the game comes out, so that people have fresh maps in the next version of the game. I think it's a great idea. I like that. How are the headlights on my drone? Not bad. Yep, nice. So Cavailier, what do you think from your perspective, or not that you know anything, do you think that they're gonna enable 4K maps on console, 4X maps on console in the next version of the game, whenever that next version of the game happens? Do you think they're actually gonna unlock that? I think they'd be silly not to. But it won't be for like old gen consoles, it'll only be for the new ones. And if it does get unlocked that you can make 4X maps, see? That's what I said. I'm like, that's why the hedges are there. That's why they're cuttable. Because then you can do fun stuff like this and like merge fields and make big honkin' fields really easy. Perfect. So awesome. And I didn't even have to, that's the best part, Roy, is I didn't even have to smooth the land. Like, I haven't done any terraforming here. This is all like buttery smooth, even with the hedges gone. Like, it's been almost no work to merge these fields. It's been super easy. Versus like other maps where you have to go into GE and remove fences. What are we in the Stone Age? Stone Valley Age? Yeah, the Trex works pretty good, but the targeting for like the Trex thing on the individual hedges is a little bit tricky just because it's in the middle. Yeah, I feel the same way. I think they'd be silly not to do it. And you know, we know for a fact that 4X maps work on new gen consoles because they released what, 1 or 2 maps that actually made it onto people's consoles that were 4K maps or 4X maps. So we know it works. I think they're just scared. So after this, we're gonna go check on our cedar. How's he doing? Actually, we can look in the map, right? How's he doing? He's up here. He's done this part of the map. He still has to do this side. So he looks like he's about half done. Maybe. Hey, Nuclear Salmon. Welcome in. Thanks for being here, sir. Hey, Tony, welcome in. Tony, thank you for being here. Towboat, thanks for being here. Welcome in, folk, everyone. We are finishing up making our huge fields. The last thing to do is stone pick and then start seeding them in a couple months. And there's nothing to do between now and then other than feed our productions. Lots of... Oh, that's interesting. I think that's the cool thing is you can take like the root of what you're building, Roy, and actually make it feel like something new, because even something simple as moving a lane. You know what I mean? You'll see the field shapes change slightly and stuff like that. Like you can make it feel new by doing that. I think that's pretty cool. You know, I was thinking it'd be fun to do as like an edit is do, you know how everyone likes to, you see people on like King mods and stuff like that publishing edits of other people's maps. I'd want to do it with permission, but I think it would be fun to see a wilderness edit of a lot of maps. Right? Even like this map, you know, could totally have a wilderness edit where you remove all the fields, you remove all the hedges, and the only thing that's left is the town. And you leave the forests and stuff like that, and everything else, there's no field boundaries, there's no... You leave some of the lanes and stuff like that, but not all of them. And you do a wilderness edit where it's like the bones of whatever the map is, but then how would that map look as a wilderness style map? How would it play as a wilderness style map? How would that affect the gameplay? Would people create fields in the same way? Yes, Tony, no hedges. Well, I mean, you could have hedges. You could have generalized hedges in certain areas, right? For, you know, but only if they're removable like Cavailier Roy's hedges. You can have them there, but as long as you can remove them, that's all that matters. Non-removable hedges are no longer allowed. Non-removable fences are like, should be like something that Giants pushes back on. Being like, your map has dozens of fences, and then none of them are removable. Please fix them to make them removable. Use the fence system that we built into the game. Don't be lazy. Sincerely, your QA tester. Yeah. Alien Gym Special Island, or like the one I thought of it first on was remember how there's a couple people who did the FS09 island, right? And have that as a more wilderness style map. Right, like a wilderness version of this map, like where, you know, and there's no fields, nothing's defined. And maybe you could have, like, you could have the farms if you want. You could leave the farms, but then let people decide what's around the farms and build the fields any way they want. Like, I almost feel like it would be a cool edit to have as like a secondary map alongside a parent map. Or even something like Riverview, right? Like, I know you're doing Riverview now, but like, what would Riverview look like if you left the roads and left the buildings and left the store and the town, but you took everything else out? Right? And do it on like a wilderness, a true wilderness map. Spectacle Island too, exactly, Tony. Like, just take a regular everyday map. How would it look different if you removed a lot of the stuff? That's a question for everyone else, Roy. I actually never played FS19 at all, so I wouldn't know. Did I get it all? I think I did. Let's check the stones. I think if I zoom in, see, here's what the fields look like. Right? Nice. What is that? Oh, I still have to do right there. I go here, look for stones. Stones is on. And he's doing pretty good. Look, he's almost half done. Yay! I don't know what happened here. Looks weird. I can't affect it though. Alright, well that's it for that. You know, you think that if this far into the game that Giants would be able to figure out how to set animals as adjust to ground equals true. You'd think something simple like that, right? Adjust to ground equals true on all animals. Wouldn't that be easy to do? Fucking dumbasses. Come on, Giants. That seems really easy and simple. Always adjust animals to the ground. Wow. What an idea. What a concept. Because I got the idea for the whole like wilderness versions of regular maps. There's some guy I saw on YouTube who made he in the game remade No Man's Land into like some city in Oklahoma with like towns and forests and fields, and like it wasn't just playing the game. He like did all of the decoration and all of the stuff to make it look like it was not No Man's Land, but it was really just No Man's Land. It was a really, really well done edit, and that got me the idea of like, well, what about the opposite? Like, what would this map look like without anything else? Like, just if these fields here were just open pasture, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think it'd be cool. I think there's a lot of maps that would look really awesome to see that way. So I got this truck a couple times ago, or a couple of days ago, and this is my bee factory. I'm making honey as fast as I can make honey, because I need it for one of the recipes. So we have this single pallet here, this, you know, slowly spawning, and I just walk it over here. And we have this delivery truck, which is a, you know, very expensive delivery truck. All I'm doing is literally auto loading into the back, and then I back up around the corner. And then I do this. And I drive into Mark Thor's magical garden shed, and it puts them into the garden shed. And then I drive back here, and I park it again. That's all I've been doing. Because that's how I keep track of how much of this stuff I have. So I've made 14,000 liters of pizza, 62 times 400, whatever that is, of cake, 22,000 liters of waffles, 13,000 liters of cookies. So waffles is almost done, because remember our goal? Yeah, I know. The frame rate in this area? Where's the frame rate? The frame rate in this area is horrendous. It's like, it goes down to 17, 15. I see it black sometimes. Like, it's not good. Let's go do some other deliveries. How do I close the doors? N? N. We're gonna go down to the oil plant and check out the oil plant. because we don't have anything else to do. They have deer set up as a cluster of trees, not sure how many trees, cause them to spawn. Yeah, I don't understand, like, yeah, you're spawning something. Why don't you spawn it on the ground? You know where the ground is. Oh, okay. Thanks for hanging out, Joel. Thanks for being here. It's been awesome. Thank you for hanging out and enjoying the chat. Take care. By the way, Roy, you're here. My favorite time of day on this map is right around now, with the way the sunset looks, and the sunsets in the fall are just unbelievable on this map. They look so cool, and then it gets really, really dark really fast. There's our sugar mill, which we still have to feed. Is it next month or 2 months away? Something like that. We still have to cut our sugarcane. I don't think I've bought a forage harvester yet, so I have to figure out how to afford with my $9 million forage harvester. So these spawned, and I don't know why they spawned. What is this? I saw this spawn the other day. I meant to come pick it up. What is this? Soybean oil? What? Soybean oil. Oh, I'm producing soybean. Oh, this one's not set to distributing. That helps. Sunflowers. Still distributing. Good. Clothes. Yes, I did find out the snow is incredible and deep and impermeable, and yeah, I've seen the snow a couple times. The first year I actually scooped, I shoveled a lot of it so that I could put it into the production for the farm production to make water, so that I could get that like achievement done. But the second year I just slept right through. I totally slept right through the second year because I couldn't handle it. I just didn't want to deal with plowing and stuff like that. I woke up each day, I fed the animals, went back to sleep. Where do I need to bring 5,000 liters of soybean oil? Do one of these need soybean oil? No. Where's the soybean oil go? Roy, do you remember where soybean oil is needed? Oh, here it is. It's needed here, I think, to make diesel, right? Yes, diesel. How's our worker doing? He's doing good. He's not stopped. So that's important. Bakery needs it too? I just checked the bakery. I gotta check. I'm gonna drive past it, so. Where's the bakery? Dairy. There's the dairy need it? Nope. Bakery. So the bakery doesn't have it as one of its input products. olive and canola oil, but not soybean oil. It's not even an input product. Oh, I did find a recipe bug the other day, Roy, that I already fixed, but I forget. I'll have to remember where it was. I think it was one of the recipes here at the bakery where I'll have to go back and look, but one of the input products for one of the recipes of the bakery, it didn't accept. No. I remember now. It was, and maybe I just have an old version of it, because I did edit one thing. The dairy for the soy milk didn't accept soybeans. That's right, Tony. You can't milk a soybean. It's not milked. That's right. I couldn't dump the soybeans at the dairy, and I fixed it. I just went into the bakery and or the dairy and fixed it. But minor thing. Like, it's part of the recipe, but it wasn't part of the. It wasn't in the selling station or the storage. Or no, it wasn't the storage, but it wasn't the selling station. It was like one line change. And I think I fixed it live on the stream, didn't I? Starting to get dark. Soon it's going to be too dark to do anything. I like this truck. This is the Tatra Phoenix 8x8. And one of the cool things about this truck, specifically for this map, is that it's got a full-size like truck bed. So it holds a lot. But it has four-wheel steering. So all four of the front axles steer. So it can actually make corners really, really well. But I have to zoom out really far because the engine's really loud. I almost want a ducking application I want a ducking mod for an audio ducking mod for Farm Sim. I think that's the right term, but from what I understand, audio ducking is when it would basically be a mod that prevents other mods from being too loud. Because you know how sometimes you can do a truck like this one and it's just like overly annoyingly loud? And when you're editing video, you just add a ducking filter that prevents anything from getting above a certain level. No, I'm not going to build that. Did it deliver? There it goes. It's going. It's taking soybeans. Good job. Oh, by the way, Cavailier Roy, if you're still here, I made one edit to this building before I placed it. Here, let me turn off the engine because this thing's too loud. I made one edit to this placeable, and it was only because of where I wanted to put it. But I edited the model, and I took this tank, which serves no purpose other than decoration, and I moved it. It used to be right here, and I moved it here in between the things. That way you can pull around this like outer part without running into the tank all the time, because I kept running into it. Yeah, that would be a good mod, right? Because so many people release like trucks. Like, that's the one reason I don't use any of 82 Studios trucks. It's because they're all super ridiculously, obnoxiously loud. No seeds. Oh, I have to. Uh-oh, my greenhouses are out of seeds. Oh no. Why is raisins not on? Activate. Why are these not on? They should be able to be on. Okay. What's next? Let's go get raisins and deliver it over to the cereal factory. And then we need to also get seeds. Oh, let's get a trailer first. I had a tractor that was just sitting around somewhere. What, didn't I? Yeah, this guy. Loud fart machines. Yeah. Or the Jake brake stuff, where people have the Jake brake set so loud that you can't even hear yourself think. Like, you have to zoom out all like this just to be able to use the vehicle because it's so freaking loud. Yeah. Been there. All right, you need to go to the grape factory. Sure. Go. Good job. Uh-oh, it's getting dark, folks. We're going to have to go to the next day, but I can't go to the next day until this guy's done seeding. I did too. I wish it, Tony, I wish it could be like a... Maybe I can do that. I bet I could do that. Is create a mod that could just override the volume of any other mod. Kind of like the adjust game speed mod or the adjust working speed mod, right? All that does is apply a property to any other mod. Like just basically just rewrite that mod so that all it does is adjust the volume level. And so you go into any mod and say, hey, I don't want this mod to be at 500%. I want it to be at 10%. Yeah. Yeah, when I record, I have a set level for my volume. Like right now I have my, like, you guys could see my little beacon thing. I have the game volume for myself set at 60, and for you guys set at like 75. Right? I could turn you guys down too if you want. Turn the music down too, I guess. So you don't have to hear it. This guy, where was I? What was I doing? I was in a truck of some kind. One of the 6 million vehicles. Oh, I was in a truck on the wrong side of the road. Did I get the game audio better for you guys? Is it not super loud now? I know this truck is still pretty loud, but in general. This entrance right here is not easy to do with a regular big rig. You have to be very careful. All right. Universal all load. Material type all? No. Raisins. Load. Just raisins. I have to get closer. All right. Well, thank you very much for being here, Roy. Thanks for showing the love. It's super. Oh, no. Stop. No, don't run into the pallets. Nope. Stop. Thanks for being here. Thanks for coming in. It was really awesome to have you join the stream and see where I've kind of gotten the challenge to. It's been kind of a wild ride for sure. Seeds. Okay, we're gonna load all the raisins and take them over to the cereal plant because we need to make cereal. I did. I was stationary for a minute. Why are you loading grape juice? I got out. It reset somehow. Great. Now it's loading. No, I don't want to tackle it. You can say you can help me get credit for the fact that it was my idea, but I'm not going to tackle that. I don't care at all about audio settings, but I think that from a gameplay perspective, especially for PC users, it would be really nice to be able to customize your audio and not have to go into an edit. My big thing is, like, I don't want to have to go in and edit mods. All right, this is getting to be a mess. This is a palette mess. This is not working out the way I wanted. Not at all. I don't want grape juice. All right, this is... Now this is only going to unload raisins? No, I want to unload grape juice. Did that unload the grape juice and keep the raisins? I didn't know you could do that. Well, that's cool. No, I want raisins. There we go, raisins. Load the raisins. Is it full? This trailer is not very well set up. Somebody needs to learn a lesson in how to build things with universal autoload. If only someone had made a tutorial on how to properly set up trailers like that with the universal autoload, then it would be easy to follow and anyone could do it. You know, it's funny that actually that video, the universal autoload video, was like my top video for the longest time on my channel, and it's no longer the top video. The first video of the Calmland series is now my top video. Isn't that cool? But that our universal autoload video was one of the first videos that I like edited. It's my first edited video. Hey, Rank. Oh, that's Rank? Outlaw Custom AG. That's Rank? Sorry, I didn't realize that your name changed. I saw you in Bruce's channel the other day, and I was like, who's that? I don't know that person. Cool. Welcome in. But I didn't know it was actually just a name change. Got to get the seeds. 740. How has it made $9 million now? We're making money somehow. I'm not sure. It might be the fact that the BGA has like 10 million liters of stuff in it and it's just constantly processing. All right. Apparently we're done. And we need to go deliver the raisins. Oh, and before we forget, let's set the raisins on distributing now. There we go. And then this guy is going to drive on his own. Where's he going? He's going to go to the cereal factory on... No, that's the carpentry. Learn how to read, Josh. Cereal factory unload point. Go. Have fun. I'm dealing with seeds. Yeah, this map is... I'm trying to stay in the well-lit areas right now. Oh, does this map have a... Oh, I didn't know this trailer had a cover. Wait, does this trailer have a cover? Is that just a trick of the light? Or does this trailer actually have a cover? Oh no, it's just a trick of the light. I was like, this trailer has a cover? I didn't know that. Sometimes I like to buy 60,000 liters of seeds and not even really watch the money at all. This is 60,000 liters, no big deal. And I'm paying for them. No free freebies on this playthrough. How are we doing on eggs? We need eggs soon. Waffles are good. Low on sugar. We need canola oil and soy. We need soy milk bad. How is this thing doing on soy milk? Dairy, soy milk. Storing? No, distributing. Chocolate's fine, but soy milk you should be distributing. Which actually leads me to believe I just put some of the soy milk into one of the things and I need it at the dairy. Or the bakery. Alright. Warning, it's gonna get dark in a second. I gotta go check on the tractors. He's doing good. Look, our seeder is still working. He's going to be working into the night, well past the end of the stream. He's not done yet. He's close. He's getting there. This guy, he's just standing there like a dummy. This guy is too much volume. And this guy just got there. Look at that. That's handy. Nope. No, stop. You made it. Good job. Let's open up. You drove past the unload point before you finished unloading. So that's not how this works. You have to stay in the unload point long enough for it to unload. Alright, we're going to go to the dairy. Dairy unload. Go. I'm going to have him go to the dairy because I think we put some soy milk today into storage by accident. Eric, welcome in. I haven't seen you in a while. Good morning for Eric. It's probably morning for him, right? Yeah. Eric, we had a really funny thing happen earlier in the stream. I think you would have laughed. I was in the middle of farming and we had an earthquake. Like a real life earthquake. Like a 3.8 magnitude earthquake, like 10 miles from me. And like my computer was shaking. But I kept streaming. It was really funny. Alright, this is super dark. I can't handle that. Oh, this guy needs to go home. Go home. Wait, what field is that? 32. Field 32, tractor weight, go. A lot of seeds to buy. How full are my greenhouses? Let's check. A million productions that I have going. Greenhouse. Oh, good. Not full. CBW, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Thank you for joining, sir. How is things going with you? Fill up that greenhouse. I like this setup here where the greenhouse is like kind of like in a row like this. And we're distributing from the greenhouses, but we could use these little fill pipes and get almost everything from this greenhouse in bulk, which is pretty cool. Keith Bleeker, welcome in. I'm sure you've been here the whole time, but welcome in. Thanks for being here, sir. Okay, let's jump to the other truck. Where is he? He should be here. Thank you. He's stuck. It's okay. Wow, the lights on this truck are obnoxiously bad. That's his reversing light. You aren't going to see nothing with that reversing light. Does he have lights inside the thing? No, it doesn't. That's lame. We have 18 pallets of yogurt, 5 pallets of soy milk. We need those pallets of soy milk, dude. We need those over at the bakery. I think I just knocked one of the pallets back in. This thing's so sensitive. Alright. Load that up. Thank you. Back over to the bakery because we have lots of products to make and not enough time. I have to go around the building the other way. I can't go in this way. That's the engine of this thing has some shifting problems. Okay. Deliver the soy milk. Thank you. And then with our bakery and the soy milk inside, that means we can make something. Pancakes. Is that the only thing that needs soy milk? A lot of it needs pasteurized milk. This is the only thing that needs soy milk, so I can actually activate that. Sweet. That's the one that needs canola oil. Is there anything else that needs canola oil? There's so many recipes here and they're so complex. No, wait. Sunflower oil. That one needs sunflower oil. Okay, well, I'm just going to activate that one. Because we have sunflower oil, canola oil, and olive oil. So I'm going to activate any of the ones that need oil. Activate. I think I have all that stuff. The sandwich we should be able to make. We have no bread. So we'd have to make bread. We need sunflower oil to make bread. So we'll activate that and then we make sandwiches next time. Oh my goodness. We're in production heaven. Hell. Right now. Trying to get these last recipes done. If we look at our checklist is getting close. Like, we're at, what does that say? I can't tell because it's really, really small. Like 52, 53 out of 70. It actually should be like 1 or 2 more have been finished since the last time. I just haven't marked them off yet. But we're getting close to finishing off our checklist. And it's just taken a long time. And yeah. And like this building has all of that stuff in it, like so much stuff. But it's still, we're still haven't been able to produce things because we're missing little things like oils. And so we need to plant. Wait, do we need to plant sunflowers? We need to plant a bunch of stuff in spring that we haven't planted yet. Today we're planting, we're going to switch over to the planter because he's almost, this guy is confused. He's probably blocking traffic. Alabama Crimson Tide fan. Welcome in, sir. Thanks for being here. Hello. Heyo. How you say that? It's like a sports thing. Heyo. This guy is seeds. This guy is seeds. And it's starting to rain, which is my signal to end the stream because the rain is really loud. So the next time we'll actually be into November or some other month. I might actually fast forward to the spring because there's not much to do between now and then. We literally have to plant our grass. And the next thing to do after we plant our grass is literally planting corn and soybeans in the spring. And we can't do that until like we need to plant corn in May and soybeans in May and sunflowers. Like those are the 3 things we have to plant. We can't plant them until May. So I have literally nothing to do between now and May other than keep the cows happy and breeding and keep the sheep happy and breeding. Now I'll finish delivering these seeds and we'll go back, check one last look at the sheep barn and see how many sheep and cows we have right now. I wish it told you right here. I wish you'd come in here and it would say chicken pasture, 200 chickens or whatever. Like, why doesn't it tell you here? I can't add up all these numbers. Look at this. I have like 4 pages of sheep. I can't do math. That's way too much to ask of me. All right, let's head back. If the rain gets too loud for you guys, I can turn down the game volume. Let me know. But we're going to head back to the farm and see what our totals are doing. Because I think we're getting close on our sheep and cow numbers. So the goal here, obviously, is to get to 2,000 for both. And that's just an insane amount of animals. I think we have enough food to get through the winter. If not, they're going to starve. No, I think we have enough food to get through the winter. We have a ton of stuff in storage. We have tons of bales in storage. We have tons of TMR and all kinds of stuff already made. So we might have enough to get through to the springtime without really doing anything other than feeding them. But then when it comes to spring, we're going to have to make lots of silage and hay and straw. But I think we're okay on straw. Okay, so cow barn, 1,413 cows. 1,413. Oh, and the slurry pit is full. So we're going to have to do something with the slurry. That's next on my list, I guess. I'm just sell it outright because there's nothing else I can do with it. Is there... Can I use a sell everything station for slurry and like load it and sell it at the same time? Does that work? Does anyone know? Like if I put down a sell everything station right next to the barn, can I just sell and load slurry at the same moment? Just to get rid of it? That's a curious thought. Why not, right? I don't want to have to cart it. Here, let's try it. Alright, that's the last thing we're gonna do. Sell slurry. Because we're full. I can't see anything either. Here we go. You? Why is the low beam the widest beam? That's just dumb. I can barely see this. I'm sure you guys are just seeing darkness. Sorry. There is a trailer here that I'm trying to back up into, but the lights in this truck are hoodoo. There we go. All right, so what I'm going to do here... Yeah, I would do that, Bruce, and I am doing that. So, like... so here... Not there. Here, in my farm productions, liquid fertilizer, solid fertilizer, there are recipes for turning into digestate, but both of them use digestate, not slurry. Rather, the liquid one uses slurry. I'm already doing that. It's already full on digestate and full on slurry. Like, it already has all the stuff it needs. It's just kind of cranking away slowly. It's not fast enough. Yeah, no, I can activate the trailer for sure. We're gonna try it right now. I got 4 million liters of slurry to sell because these cows are driving me crazy. This manure heap extension fills up every day. I have to sell it every day. It's a lot. I don't remember whether I have to back in or front in. I don't know, does this work? Okay, that's working. Okay. Place, construction, production, selling points. I don't even have to sell everything. Damn it. Can this one sell it? I don't think that this one can. I'm gonna hope that it can, but I don't think it can. Slurry is not accepted here. Well, my idea failed because I don't actually have the sell everything mod installed. So my idea just dead stop. Sorry. I can't even see that box to get rid of it. There it is. Yeah, so the reason that's a great idea, Bruce, and I normally would do that on my last playthrough. I did that also. But the reason I don't want to do that now is that any production that I put down, I have to then add that to my list of things to do checklists on. And I don't want to add anything else. I just want to finish. I gotta finish. Fanatic Farmer, hey, how's it going? Welcome. It has been way too long, dude. Have you seen all my awesome new videos? Me and like 24 people are all doing a series on Calmlands. We're all doing a challenge on Comland. So if you haven't seen that, definitely check it out. Everyone who's here, if you haven't seen the series on Comlands, check it out. It's a ton of fun. And it's crazy because there's 23 of us and we're all doing things a little bit differently. And there's only like one rule, which is like 200 horsepower. Simple, right? But it's actually not. It's fun though. We're having lots of fun, but actually that's going to be it for me tonight. Oh, we didn't check the sheep. Let me check the sheep quick. I told you I'd tell you how many sheep there are. Sheep, 1,825 sheep. So once we hit 2,000, we're checking off the checklist and we're selling half of them instantly. Oh, no worries, Fanatic Farmer. It's okay. But thank you for coming for this stream. That's super, super appreciated. Anyways, 1825 on the sheep, 14 something on the cows. So by next year, we should have enough sheep. And why am I standing in the dark? There's no lights anywhere. I'm going to leave you with this. This is the last scene we're going to leave you with. Is sunset on this map is epic. Like, that's just awesome. Can you guys see that? Looks so good. Anyways, thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button down below. I don't ever ask during the stream, but it does help the ratings and the YouTube numbers and the blah, blah, blah. Subscribe if you aren't subscribed already. I do this same stream every week, almost as much as I can, from 6 to 8 Pacific time, which is also like, what, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern time. Every week. And then I'm also doing the Comland series, which is kind of going to be ongoing for the next couple months. I'm finishing up another challenge, the Shanty Boys Breakfast Challenge. I'm almost done. I think I have 1 or 2 more episodes on that one that will be done. And I still have my Middleburg series, which I'm planning on recording this week. So stay tuned if you'd like to see more on the Middleburg, which is actually also almost done. But thanks everyone for joining. Thanks for hanging out with my crazy ideas at the beginning of the stream. I got lots of fun ideas and I think they're going to be cool and I can't wait to share them with you all. So thanks for being here. I'll see everyone next time. Bye-bye. That worker told me he was going to be done, and he's not done yet. I'm very upset. Actually, he's like 2 minutes away from being done. Oh, actually, he ran out of seeds. I'll deal with that. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.